Okay, now we see in IELTS listening section 2 how to deal with matching type of questions. We've got matching here, so we'll see how to deal with that. Questions 16 to 20. What comment does the speaker make about each of the following tracks? Okay, listen now. There are tracks. If you go to Murray, there are some tracks there. Right, there is one track in Nathia Gali, there is one track in Ayubia, I don't know, one is pipeline track and the other ones. So they have the tracks and then the comments about the tracks. For example, this track is very difficult, it's only for expert people. This track is very easy, anyone can go there. This track is very steepy or something like that. Okay, so comments and tracks. Now, you don't need to read the tracks, because the names of the tracks are merely the names. You will read the comments, more important. And by the way, they are going to use synonyms. Now I tell you what sort of synonyms they can use for that. A, it is possible to get lost there. Get lost means gum ho jana. Any other word or any other phrase that is for getting lost. For getting lost, they can use the word, you can become disoriented. Disoriented means bhatak jana. Or they can say, you can wander off the track easily. Wander off the track. Off the track means raste se hat jana. So wander off the track, disoriented, these are the synonyms for that. Now don't wait for get lost. They will say, har koi mujhe get lost kehta hai, inhone kyun nahi kaha? Yeah? Get lost. You know get lost? Share up and get lost. B, it only offers basic accommodation. Now underline basic accommodation. For basic accommodation, they can use there is only a wooden hut without any facility. कि hut है बस facility कोई नहीं है, bed sheet कोई नहीं है, okay? हाँ? नहीं bed अपना लेके जाना है ना, वो उस पे बोलेंगे you can take your sleeping bag. Sleeping bag होते हैं ना? So you can take your sleeping bag, right? So if they use the word, it's just a wooden hut and you will have to carry your sleeping bag. Right? So then it's going to be basic accommodation. Basic accommodation means they will only give you a sort of a shelter, and bag, sleeping bag you have to take on your own. Okay. Next is option C. Yeah, and for basic accommodation, they can also say it's just an overnight shelter. It's just an overnight shelter, means raat guzarne ka bandobast hai. That's it. Option C. It requires physical strength. Now underline physical strength. For physical strength, they can use you should be in a good condition. You should be in a good condition. For this, they can use level of fitness requires. Level of fitness requires. So these are the words, and this is how they manipulate the situation, and this is the language of the audio. And the language of booklet is in front of you. So when you understand these two languages and you find the link, then IELTS listening becomes easier for you, right? And this is going to be done through practice. There's no other way. In other tests, you will find other words. You will find different words. These words will not appear again. So you need to practice test after test after test after test, and then you will adopt all these things. So question number 16. What's the name of the track? North Point.
Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about the different tracks we have here. All of them start at the end of Mountain Road, and you'll find a parking lot there where you can leave your vehicles. Let's start with North Point Track. It's a gentle route through lowland forest, good for biking and probably the one for you if you have small children. There's a wooden hut where you can stay at the end of the track, but be aware that it's really just an overnight shelter, and you'll need to take your own sleeping bags and cooking equipment.
Yes, you need to take your own sleeping bags and cooking equipment. So that means offers basic accommodation. B will be the answer. Good? अच्छा आंसर बोला करें ऑडियो स्टॉप होने के बाद, right? So that everybody could write. Now, question number 17, Silver River.
Another option is the Silver River track. As the name suggests, you'd be following the river for most of the way, and you get to see some of our beautiful native birds. But the track also goes through a densely forested area. Unfortunately, the signposting isn't very good in places, and you do need good map reading skills to avoid becoming disoriented, which happens to visitors a little too frequently, I'm afraid.
Okay, map signposting is not good and you can be disoriented, and which happens to visitors quite frequently. That is A, it is possible to get lost. Right? And she used the word signposting. Signposting means turn left, turn right, go there. Like when you go to Islamabad, you see the signposting on the road, right? Mia Wali this side and this is that and all that. Okay, now let's go on. And by the way, one option can be used 2 times as well, 3 times as well, because there are 5 questions and how many options? 3 options. So options will be repeated. Next is 18, Valley Crossing. What's the name of the track? Valley Crossing, not Valley Crossing.
Valley Crossing will take you through some stunning scenery, but there are several points along the way where you'll need the level of fitness required to get over some pretty big rocks.
Level of fitness required to get over some pretty big rocks. That is physical strength. Understand? Yes. Good. See how it's become easier. If you understand all these things. Now you will complain, sir, आपके साथ तो समझ आती है, केले में नहीं आती. तो साथ फिर जब अच्छे से समझेंगे फिर केले में भी समझ आएगी, सेब में भी समझ आएगी, सब में समझ आएगी. Okay? Next 19, Stone Bridge. Let's see.
Stone Bridge is one of the shorter tracks, but very steep as it takes you up to the waterfall, and you do need to be in good condition to manage it.
Right? Too steep. So you need to be in good condition. She said you do need to be in good condition. You do means you must. Okay, so option C, good condition to manage it. Question number 20, Henderson Ridge.
Lastly, the Henderson Ridge track will take you all the way to the summit of the mountain. Do bear in mind, though, that at this time of year the weather is very changeable. And if the cloud suddenly descends, it's all too easy to wander off the track. It's best to check with us for a weather report on the...
Okay, if the clouds descend, it's all too easy to wander off the track. Wander off means bhatak jana. So that is also get lost. Option A. Right?